The first character in our game is going to be our red bird. So let's go into the birds folder and then find the red bird with his eyes open. So here I've got red beak or beak red open 1, and I think that's the one I want to use. If your view doesn't look like this, by the way, there's a little slider here that allows us to make these images bigger or shrink it down all the way to a list view nice and small. I'm going to go, I think, with the biggest size for now and just start with this beak red open 1. And this is going to be my first character or my first bird. I'm going to take him and I'm going to click and just drag him out into the scene view. You can see that as long as I hold the mouse button down, I can move him around. If I let go anywhere, he's going to just drop in there and I'm going to get this red beak open 1 placed in a position. Now, if you got this in a position that you can't find, you can't control it anymore, you can just click on it, hit delete, and try again. So now I'm going to take it and do it a little bit different this time. I'm going to take my red beak open 1 and I'm going to drop it into the hierarchy. The one difference here is that that's going to put it right in the center of my screen. And if we look over here at the inspector, you'll see that it's got a position value and it's going to be at 0, 0, 0. When I dragged and dropped one out into the scene randomly like this, watch, that value is not 0, 0, 0. It's somewhere else random in the world, or not really random, but at the position where I dropped it. Because here I dropped it below the middle point, it has a negative Y value. And because I dropped it to the left of the center point, it's going to have a negative X value. Watch as I drag this right to the left, by the way. Grab this X value and just drag, and watch as the bird goes to the right and to the left. And I can do the same with the Y value here. I'm going to delete this second bird and just work with the first one. And the first bird is a little bit hard to see because he's behind the camera. And there's a little camera gizmo that's showing in front of him. If I click this gizmos button, it'll go away. But I don't really want to do that. I want to keep my gizmos visible because that's showing me my camera outline, what the player can see, that white box. And it's showing me other things that don't necessarily have an in-game visualization. Like a camera in a game doesn't necessarily have an object there that shows as a camera. In fact, it usually doesn't. So I want to first just move this red beak open guy a little bit to the left. And to do that, I'm going to move over to my move tool right here. Right below this edit button is a move tool. And that's also W on the keyboard as a hotkey to get to. Once you're in the move tool, you can grab the arrows here, either the green or red arrow, and just drag it left or right. I'm just going to drag it over to the left a little bit, and then maybe grab the blue box and drag him up here so he's kind of up and into the corner. Now I'm going to save my level. Saving off my scene is pretty simple. To do that, I just hit File, Save, or hit Control S on the keyboard. Nice little shortcut. And then I'll hit play and watch our game in action. So I hit play and look at that. We've got a bird that sits there and does absolutely nothing. It's not very exciting for a game, so we need to start adding in some functionality or some movement or physics. And that's what we're going to do next.